know, Tuesday is that day of the week where the routine is usually in full swing. A day when we focus on doing the things that need to be done.
And one of the things,
as Mike likes to say,
exactly, that undoubtedly needs to be done is making sure that you're glued to your TV set, because all we do here is for you. Without you, there will be no us.
Yes, so that's why come rain, come sunshine, you usually find us here doing our best to dish out family-oriented content. And at the same time, also keeping you up to speed with what's happening in the world of entertainment. That's all.
That's what's up. And of course, make sure you look out for all that we have in store for you today. It's going to be something. There's quite a lot that we have, yeah?
So today, you've got me.
Okay, we're doing that today, yeah? You remember?
Seriously, who did this to me?
that was fun, yeah?
Yeah.
We have an anthem. We'll let you know about that anthem, but that will be later on the show.
Yes.
Yeah? But I mean, when I say an anthem now, it was we, all of us were there. You remember our anthem, right?
Adulthood.
We're going to let them sit.
Yeah.
Okay. They're supposed to guess it.
Yeah, let's just keep it on the wraps.
People that's the benefit of watching the show from the beginning. You will be able to get all the answers to whatever questions we have in the course of the show. But hey,
Okay, we're looking forward to a wonderful and fun-filled edition. Welcome. My name is Mike Mesikeno.
And of course, my name is Mary Bashua Alimi. Now, we've got a whole 1 hour, 45 minutes, and we're going to be spending it with you.
You can catch the show live. It's on GoTV, channel 27. On terrestrial UHF, the band is channel 49, pardon me. And then stream the show live, tvcentertainment.tv, Facebook, TVC Connect.
Mike likes money too much. You know it's 49. No. Don't worry. We have an app available for Android on both on Android and iOS, okay? So you can download them if you have to step away from your screen so you don't miss a moment, okay?
All right, let's get straight to what we have today. Kick it off with...
Yes, health. And there's this lingering question. How does medication really work?
Oh.
Yes.
Looking forward to that.
And of course, with tablets, capsules, and injections in focus. To help us answer this question is Kenneth Etok Akpan, and he will be discussing this with us this morning.
And for a musical performance today, we have Victoria Olawande Akinobi. She's a Nigerian gospel singer and songwriter. She will be giving us the vibes this morning and taking us into His presence.
Another question an expert will be answering this morning is, how do new dads maintain friendships after a new baby? Now, let's find out the answer to this via parenting. And for that, we've got Jesutola Ajao. We can't wait to get his answer to that question.
Oh
yeah.
You guys listen to her album?
Yeah, so I listen. No, I've not listened to the whole album yet, but there's another song I listened to. I can't remember the title right now, but I love it. And so far, the feedback, yes, from the album, the feedback from the album has been fantastic. People are making life-changing decisions, even listening. Yes, even listening to
Mary, you've definitely heard
you know, from the moment I heard "Break My Soul," I knew that this was an album to listen to. I've actually listened to it, and she wrote "Break My Soul" with Jay-Z. And for me, that was significant because it shows that they're finally, come
working
together. They're trying to make sure, come what may, this is going to work.
It's going to work. Okay, I like that.
And making those compromises.
And making those, because that's what marriage is all about, making compromises. And from that moment, I just could not wait. And as soon as the album came out, I just went 1, 2, 3. And it was... What's the word I can use? A soul-lifting experience.
Is it?
It
is. There's just something about Beyonce. Beyonce
So,
has matured.
So I've listened to it, but I listened to it just before, like, I slept off to it. So I didn't take out time to
pay attention.
To pay attention. Things. And we felt the Beyonce, the real Beyonce and all that. You can pick it and all of that. So I will take time later on because I was sleeping and all that. But I'm looking for the feedback has been good. She had to change some lyrics, right?
Yeah.
Or on some parts feedback and all that.
Yeah.
That's quite cool. But something else I wanted to mention, we might talk about your entertainment news. Pete Davidson. What is he going to do now with all the brands on his body?
What about Kim? Kim also has his name on her body.
Does she?
Yes, she does.
She could have used henna. No, but this dude went to brand himself. So he was talking about how a brand is deeper than a tattoo. Like a brand is deeper than the skin. They're trying to give the difference and all that. What will he do? He branded her name and the 4 kids.
So there's nothing he can do about it. The reality is, love happens. And when love happens, it will always stay with you. Some people brand their love on their skin. Some people, it's branded on their heart forever, and they don't get over it.
People don't see the heart.
Do you really think that he's in love with Kim?
So whether or not he's in love with Kim, who cares? What counts is the fact that they had a good time together and each person has moved on. And with the way life is now, let's not be surprised if it turns out to be Kim going to Kanye in 20 years' time. This update on Wake Up Nigeria. We begin in Abuja, where former governors of Plateau and Taraba State are now free citizens and can go about their lawful duties without fear. Now, this is happening barely 3 months after the Council of States, led by President Muhammadu Buhari, granted Senator Joshua Dariye and Jolly Nyame presidential pardon. Their pardon was based on ill health, age, good conduct while in the custodial center. TVC News judicial correspondent Celestina Iria reports.
In May 2018, Justice Adebukola Banjoko sentenced the former governor of Taraba State, Jolly Yemen, to 14 years imprisonment after finding him guilty on 27 counts of criminal breach of trust, receipt of gratification, obtaining without due consideration and misappropriation of public funds. The judge ordered the immediate return of the forfeited funds from the Treasury of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to the Taraba State government. However, in a bid to get his judgment overturned or the sentence reduced, he appealed the judgment. In November 2018, the Court of Appeal in Abuja ordered the former governor to pay a fine of 495 million naira for the alleged misappropriation of funds while he was governor of the state. The appellate court, however, reduced the 14-year jail term to a 12-year jail term. The appellate court said the law compels the court to add a fine for each of the various convictions, but the court also held that Jolly Yemen ought to have been given the capital punishment, but due to the constitutional restraint on the Constitution, the court was to stick with the provisions of the law. Justice Adebukola had on 12 June 2018 also sentenced Joshua Dariye to 14 years imprisonment on charges of criminal breach of trust and criminal misappropriation. But following his appeal against the judgment, the Court of Appeal in Abuja on 16 November 2018 commuted a 14-year jail term to 10 years. Mr. Dariye had appealed his sentence, but the Supreme Court affirmed the 10-year jail term. Mr. Dariye was said to have looted 2 billion naira in public funds during his term as Plateau State Governor between 1999 and 2007. Before the former governors could complete their jail term at the Kuje Correctional Center, President Muhammadu Buhari granted both former governors presidential pardon. This action by the president stirred up different reaction, as some say it could impede the president's fight against corruption.
Such governors, based on the amounts they stole, according to the allegation, they should be allowed to spend the number of years the courts sentenced them to.
How incompetent they are actually. I don't know, it's uncalled for. Like somebody sentenced to prison and you all of a sudden you give him a presidential pardon.
He has the prerogative to give clemency whoever he wants to give clemency under the Nigerian Constitution. He's allowed. And whether you are highly placed or you are a poor man or you are a rich man.
I still believe that moral justification should be considered. I strongly believe that because these people are former governors and they are heavyweights, ordinary citizens wouldn't have been given this bill.
It is still unclear whether this presidential pardon will in any way affect Nigerians' ranking in the World Corruption Perception Index. Celestina Iria, TVC News, Abuja.
Moving on, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control says the number of monkeypox cases has now risen to 157. In its situation reports for week 30, the NCDC said the cases were recorded across 26 states since January. Now, according to the Center for Disease Control, 56 suspected cases were reported in 19 states last week, with Ondo topping the list after recording 13 cases. The NCDC said 4 deaths were recorded in Delta, Lagos, Ondo, and Akwa Ibom states from the 1st of January to the 31st of July, 2022. Monkeypox is a rare viral zoonotic infectious disease transmitted from animals to humans that occurs sporadically primarily in remote villages of Central and West Africa near tropical rainforests. Nigeria is one of the countries in Africa where the disease is endemic. That's it on the news updates for this hour.
Welcome back. You're still on to Wake Up Nigeria. Thanks for staying with us. It's time for us to go through the front pages of the newspaper. Let's see what's on the Punch newspaper. Making the headlines here. Peace talks suffer. Wike descends on Atiku's men. You cannot go to Abuja and hold meetings against me, Wike tells PDP chieftains. And our Rivers governor uncomfortable with my closeness to Atiku, says Senator Maeba. And we will use our votes against those who think Rivers doesn't matter, says Wike. And here is... Shites security agents clash in Kaduna, 6 killed. And we have a picture story here. Let's see let's take one more story. And Ondo Amoteco intercept 268 invaders hiding under cows. Kidnappers kill 3, abducts women, children, senators, relatives. And finally, Lagos to Ibadan traffic. Hoodlums create tunnel, extort desperate motorists. And that's it on the Punch. Let's move over to the Guardian newspaper. Making the headlines here. Wike Atiku camps return to trenches, and how public officials leaked classified documents in $9.6 billion court case to PNID. And again, Ohaneze Afenifere blast Buhari over insecurity. And that's it on The Guardian. There's more stories, of course. You can check it out later on. Let's move over to The Nation. Making the headlines here, Yoruba elders to Tinubu. Your victory in 2023, certain. And on the riders here, Southwest APC unfolds reconciliation plan. Ruling parties' candidates will be different, says Kiamo. And at the top of the paper here, Soyinka slams pirate confraternity for mocking politician. And you can find more of that story on page 5 of the paper. We also have here, Darie Nyame orders regain freedom. Command confirms release. And 2022 WAEC withholds 365,564 results. And how to cushion Nigeria's rising debt portfolio by LCCI. And that's all we can take on the front pages this morning.
Only Mike will talk today.
Yes, and you know I would. But hey, come on. Great to have you ladies here. I wanted to ask about your weekends, by the way, before when we started. Very fast. What did you do or did you rest?
I worked, okay, as always.
How's your weekend? Rest, work?
Both, actually.
Both. Wonderful. So, yesterday...
You will not ask me what did I do at work.
We'll spend all
the
time on
so that you can listen to me on Saturday morning, 10 a.m. to noon. 102.3 Max FM. I'm on radio Saturday morning, 10 a.m. to noon. And on Sunday evening, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Also 102.3 Max FM.
Listen to Mary. Okay, good. So, yeah, just yesterday, once again, for the third time in recent times, Kizz Daniel was trending for not making an appearance. But just
time.
After that, a video surfaced of him being, in quote, arrested. He was climbing into a van and some officials that looked, And then, just after that, later on in the evening, a video came of an interview where the promoter, who is Nigerian, by the way, in Tanzania, gave his own side. Because I remember seeing his face in the first video where Kizz Daniel was being put into the van. And, he said that Kizz Daniel didn't want to perform because of he didn't get his bag that had a chain and his clothes. And that the person he booked him via, which is Polo, up front, I think, begged Kizz Daniel the whole night, and he still didn't perform. This is not the first time with this guy. This is outside Nigeria. Now he's in the police net. We don't know what's up this, but come on, what is happening? Kizz Daniel, he asked about one of the biggest songs at the moment, even around the world. We love the song. The song is even trending now, again, that he has gone into prison. What's up with this guy?
So I want to start from playing the devil's advocate. First off, I would establish the fact that what he did was inexcusable. However, just playing the devil's advocate, when you go for an event like this, especially you're an event host, all of us here are event hosts, something is missing that is your property, something that the organizers can help you track down. But in that moment of the heat, as in the heat of the moment that, okay, let's get this show started and everything, they tell you, don't worry, we'll find it for you, we'll find it for you. The moment the show is over, forget now, you're bigger than that. I'm sure you can buy another one. You move on. He has probably experienced that. That's me playing the devil's advocate. On the other hand, however, you cannot have a track record of this bad behavior and you believe that you would always get away with it. Everything has its limits. Unfortunately, this might not be the end of it. It might happen again. And so you wonder when you talk about the Davido, the Wizkid of Nigeria and everything, and people say, why is Kiss Daniel being, underrated? He's not giving his flowers as well as he should. When things like this happen...
This might be the reason, right?
You might ask yourself, could this be the reason? Because many of these big promoters we have in Nigeria, many of them came from a particular university, a particular private university, where he has also done this before. And so you just tell yourself, is it not a case of village people refusing to go, to leave him to do what to be successful?
Do you think it's a case of village people? It's not him doing himself.
Please, he's using his hand to do himself. Celebrities need to know that without the people, you're nothing. So they are your priority as long as your career is concerned. You put them first. So regardless of whatever happened, whether they were not going to, his bag was not going to show up or not, people have paid thousands of dollars
So we heard.
to be at an
I'm just ready to be sure.
event.
Is it Tanzanian dollars
So-
or American
Guy,
dollars?
I don't even want to find out.
No,
it was
in some
5,000?
African countries,
You said
in a
it's
few African
$5,000.
countries now, their currency is dollars. Like in Liberia, their currency is dollars. And even in Ghana, a lot of businesses are beginning
Coming
to
to-
transact in
Okay.
dollars. So whether it is in Tanzania dollars or Nigerian dollars or any dollar is dollar. And we know that the American dollars right now is climbing.
Okay. You know what?
So, so people have, people actually, you don't know the pain. People must have, given an arm and a leg to be at that event, and then you stand them up. It's not fair. It's not right.
A lot of us have been in the creative industry, and some people studied theater arts. We've been entertainers, or we are in media. There's something that is said. It is said, the show must go on. When I got into broadcasting, that was what I was told. Look, at the end, it might seem inconsiderate, the show must go on.
So, the thing with the show not going on has its repercussions. We are about to see that. Let's check out how he was arrested. This video was actually trending overnight. We should take a look at it. But before we even look at the video, let me just quickly say something. I just want to add that, listen, you need to know that people's sweat does not come cheap. People go for events to, make themselves feel better. Does not mean not all of them have the money. I remember in school then, people will pull funds to attend an event.
Yeah.
Students will struggle to make, just because they love this person. Even internationally, you see people saving for months for a concert. Why? Because they love... Okay, that's the video.
Yeah, that was him in Tanzania when he was arrested. And
But the point now, you say something about this, and it's not just Kiss Daniel, but definitely other entertainers need to take
a cue from this.
Yes.
Because, you see, I've seen American, I've seen Michael Jackson, I've seen some of these big entertainers. When you are the headline, you are the headline. It is your show.
Yes.
Forget that there's a promoter who is pushing it. You are the head. People came to see you. Like, we've seen people who... They were vomiting, they were not feeling fine, but they said, no.
I will come.
I must come. Unless something life-threatening or something.
When in Canada, when he was 5 hours late, came up, did 30 minutes, and was going, and people started throwing.
Yes.
So that means they said the performance was... If you do a 10-minute performance that is energetic, people will be shouting.
Very excited.
He left, and then people were throwing water, throwing bottles and all over. Dude, like you said, if they're not giving you flowers, this is...
See, at the end of the day, Nigerian artists need to do better.
We
have a serious issue with all these artists not doing enough.
We have
all over. See the one that they were called out recently.
We have seen international celebrities while performing. They get a wardrobe malfunction. Show continues.
They're called, in fact, they're dancing. They're holding the clothes.
Yes, that's because
Mary,
to
why
them...
put your hand?
Mike, why did your
People are
Amen.
important,
Yes,
right,
yes,
guys, and you really need to take your fans very seriously. It's not fair. And then there's also another story of him trending where he so there's a laundry company that he patronizes where they damaged some of his clothes according to reports, and then he called them. They came over trying to repair the damage, and then he confiscated their vehicle. Yes. Refused to allow the vehicle leave his premises
until the police were called.
Until the police arrived.
I would
so
say
it's
so.
And he has still not gone
prosecuted
to the police
because what he did is actually a criminal offense.
I would say something.
It's illegal to confiscate people's property without their permission.
I would say something though, yeah. No matter what happens, I love that the show promoter had something in their contracts that they could hold him to. That is it. Get something in the contract. When you mess up, you will pay for the report.
And I'm just going to say this. Let's be more responsible, especially where money is concerned.
Even before money,
whatever you put your commitment to, please.
Do it, carry it.
I know it can be tough sometimes, but please do what you have to do.
We'll take this time out now. We'll be right back.
And we are back. Thank you for staying with us. Shebio Timo. What does Shebio Timo mean again? Welcome to the kitchen, guys. Shebio Timo is all over the place this morning. Yes, because she's making moi moi now. We will not hear words. Auntie,
I'm short of words.
be coming down.
Thank you.
We are making moi moi this morning, and it's such a pleasure to have Shebio Timo with us.
Yeah,
and see, the only thing that's making me happy right now is these leaves.
Oh my God.
Yes, because I don't know how to wrap leaves. It's my biggest challenge with moi moi. I'm not going to pay you because you're doing this for free and we love you for it. Thank you so
I'm
much.
blushing. Thank you.
Let's talk about the ingredients for our moi moi.
Yes, this is our beans. Peeled, blended with rodo and bawa, pepper, onions, crayfish, and our fish. This, after boiling it, the egg, the bone went into this.
Okay. So what kind of fish is this?
This is Titus.
Titus fish. Okay. Yes. So you already steamed it, right?
Yes, I have. And this is the stock. And this is the oil, granite oil.
Okay.
And this is spice.
Okay. So what are we using the vegetable oil for?
For the moment
we are going to add it into it. Yes. Okay. Now let's remind people what's in this bowl so that they know. And they, I hope you watching right now is paying attention. We are making moi moi, and we already have our blended and already peeled and then blended beans here. Yes. And then what else is here again?
Rodo.
Pepper.
Pepper. Bawa.
Bawa is a long tiny chili peppers.
You can use tatashe too.
Okay.
Then our onions.
Onions.
Crayfish. So.
And that's it?
And that's it.
No salt, no seasoning cubes?
Not yet. I'm still going to put that.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
As we do it.
Okay. Now, the stock fish, where is this going into?
It's going into this stock. It's going into this moi as the water to mix it.
Okay. And then we have our eggs already cooking
to garnish the...
Okay. So we are boiling our eggs and then we are going to... So when do we use the eggs?
As we are trying to wrap it, we put the egg inside and the fish.
Okay, so now let's get mixing because the technical part of all of this is the wrapping.
Yes.
Right. What do you call these leaves again?
Leaves, ewe.
Ewe.
Yes, moi moi elewe.
Moi moi elewe.
Yeah.
So let's start here on the show, Wake Up Nigeria. Yeah. So let's begin wrapping now that we have our blended beans and mixing. So we are still going to add our vegetable oil to it, fish stock and our seasoning. Of course, we'll letting you out of it. We would like you to be a part of the process here in the kitchen, especially with the wrapping. We have our menu coming on your screen shortly. In case you missed out on the ingredients, you have it right there. Yeah. So we are about to mix our beans now. Ooh. So did you mix this yourself or you took it to the local grinder?
I grind it, so I have a grinding machine.
Oh, okay.
So I did it this morning.
Yeah. So what is the consistency for our beans? What should we look out for when blending our beans?
To be smooth.
Very smooth, right? Okay. And what's going in now?
The
fish stock. So our mix will be very light.
Yes, to be very light.
That's the butter.
Yes, it's going to be very
Our
light.
beans batter will be very light, okay.
As light as
wow. Do you know why I'm happy, guys?
The wrapping
it's going round.
You know what I'm going to eat it? We are going to eat it with agidi and
Eko
and ogi.
Hey.
Today, not today.
Today is today. Okay. So now that that's been mixed, what else is going in?
This is going in.
Our vegetable oil. How much vegetable oil?
It doesn't have any amount, but it shouldn't be too much.
Okay.
Because it's not all of us that eats vegetable oil like that.
I had no idea that you actually could use vegetable oil in your beans, in your moi moi.
What do you now use?
I just cook it like that.
And you? Well,
yeah, I've never used vegetable
sometimes
oil.
I do that, but not intentionally. Maybe I forgot.
Okay.
But it's too sticky on. What do you use? Your leaf or?
No, I've never used leaves before.
So what do you now use?
I use plates, those tiny plastic plates.
Those plates, it's good, but the hygienic parts.
I know it's your ilewe. I know.
Even after finish removing it, you just have to lick this leaf. It's so interesting.
Yeah.
Let me do my local.
I know. Calm down. I'm so excited about this morning's breakfast.
Now let's talk health. And there's this lingering question. Remember I mentioned it earlier. How does medication really work? And we're focusing on tablets, capsules, and injections. Well, to help answer this question this morning is Kenneth Etok Akpan. He is a pharmacist par excellence, I like to call him that, with over 7 years experience, ranging from clinical practice, community pharmacy practice, drug supply chain management, and, of course, digital healthcare. It's such a pleasure to have you in the studio with us today.
Again.
Fantastic. So when we talk about medication, people don't usually get it right. So I think it's best we start from you defining what medicines really are.
Yeah. So I would like to say medicines are chemical substances that are used to either treat, to prevent, to diagnose, and to cure ailments or diseases. Or we can also say medicines are substances that just promote general well-being of the body, right? So, and there are different types of medicines and different routes of administrations of medicines. So we have medicines that are administered through the oral route, that's oral medications, that's your tablets, your capsules, right, and the likes. We also have injections, it falls under the parenteral route. We also have medications that are applied on the skin, right? That's intracutaneous route of administration. We have different routes of administration of medicine. There's one that is called the intraoral, right? That's through the eyes. No, through the ears, sorry. Then the ocular is through the eyes, right? Intranasal is through the nose that goes directly to the lungs. So there are different routes of administrations of medicines, and yeah. That's for medicine.
Okay, so let's clarify now. We have capsules, we have tablets, and we have injections.
Right.
Especially between capsules and tablets. People can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
Could you enlighten us on that?
So tablets are usually in powdery form, right? They are mixtures of different chemical entities, and they are usually in powder form, while capsules are encapsulated in a gelatin capsule, right? So the powders are actually encapsulated in a capsule that could be oval, could be spherical, or in different shapes, right? So that's majorly a difference between a tablet and a capsule.
This thing you just said just reminded me of something. Someone told me that when she's giving capsules, she usually opens it. And I was stunned because I never imagined people, do that.
That's wrong.
They believe that the encapsule part is not supposed to be
it's actually,
taken.
It's actually part of the medication, right? It's supposed to be taken wholly. You're not supposed to disintegrate it before swallowing it. You're supposed to take it wholly with water, right? You're not supposed to disintegrate it, or it's very dangerous practice. Yeah.
Okay, so now let's talk about what the focus really is today. How does medication work?
Yeah, so interesting. I remember when I was younger, a lot of people used to ask me, "Oh, how do medications? You just take something for a small tablet and it cures a headache." Yeah. Fixed. So there are different processes by which medicines work, and there are 4 major processes, right? The first process is called the absorption of the medication. So when you take a medication through any of the routes I mentioned earlier, maybe an oral medication, you take it through the mouth. So it first of all has to be absorbed into the body, right? And when you take it through the oral medication, it goes to the stomach, right? And the enzymes in the stomach breaks it down and everything, then it goes to the liver, right? Then there's something called, the next process is called distribution, right? When the blood is the major organ, the major portal for which medicines are distributed around the body, right? Then the next process is called metabolism. Metabolism is the process by which the liver is a very important organ in medication working very well in the body.
Which is why when you abuse medication, the first organ of your body that
is affected is the liver. That's why we always tell people avoid alcohol, because alcohol always destroys the liver, right? So the liver is the primary site of metabolism of drugs, which simply means, forget the big grammar, it's just the breakdown of drugs to simpler bits which can be easily absorbed into the body. Then the next process is called excretion, where after the drug has been broken down by the liver, it's being excreted. The inactive parts of the medicines are excreted either through the urine or through feces, right? So those are the 4 major processes by which medicines work. So first of all is the absorption, then the next one is the distribution, and it's the blood that distributes the medicines around the body. Then the next one is the metabolism, which simply measures the breakdown of medicines into simpler parts, right? And this primary site for metabolism is the liver, right? That's why it's always good to avoid alcohol when taking medications.
So I have 2 questions,
right,
in response to what you just said, before we go to injections. The first question is this: how is it that babies cannot be given, or young children cannot be given tablets whole? Is there a reason for that, since the body can break it down? Or is it that their bodies are not able to? And the second question, so that you can be able to answer both, is is the body like a smart robot that knows exactly where to dispense a particular medication so it can work? Or does the medication work for the entire body and then the place that needs it the most then heals?
That's a very good question. So for your first question, for babies, right, babies are more inclined, they are more inclined to take medications in syrup form, right, because it's easy for the baby to be able to swallow it and absorb it better. For tablets, they're not. That's why it's always advisable for babies to you crush the tablets or you break it into simpler parts so that their body can absorb it. Remember, one of the processes by which medicines work is absorption, right? And for babies, you need to actually break down these medicines to very simpler bits for their bodies to absorb it.
Your liver can't do it yet.
It's not yet fully functional to be able to do it fully, right? So that's why we always say give them syrup. Syrup is so easy. And another thing is the taste of the tablets, right? For syrup, it's always coated with sugary substances for them to just to mask the taste of the tablets, right? So it's easy for them to take the syrup, right?
But some syrups are bitter. Why?
But for children, mostly they always mask it with either fruity flavors or strawberry or orange or something.
When I tasted one recently, I was like, what kind of wickedness is this?
Yeah, the thing about that is that there's a limit to which you can mask the tablets, right? So that's why, as much as you can, you just try to mask and just do so that you don't even lose the efficacy of the tablets.
Okay,
right?
Now the second question.
Then the second question, right? So when medicines are taken, remember I said the blood is the primary mode of transport by which medicines are distributed around the body. So there's something called the site of action of medicines in the body, and there are cells, right? There are different cells in the body. So when medicines are taken, they bind, right, to different cells in the body that need the medicine the most. So that is why pharmaceutical scientists are trying so hard to be able to make more precise medicines, because medicines, they go around the body. They go around the body. That's why they elicit side effects in different. So, for example, maybe that's why some common side effects of anti-malaria medication is headache, right? And it's supposed to treat malaria. It's supposed to eliminate malaria parasite in the liver, right? So that's why sometimes because it goes around the body, right? But the thing is, it binds to the cells that needs the medicine.
I believe that's the same thing for injections, right?
Yes,
that's the same
yes. So for injection, so the major thing is that it goes around the body and binds to sites that need the medicine the most. So it's called this site of action.
Unfortunately, we cannot talk more about this because I really wanted to ask some questions about injections, especially for those who, no matter what, they feel they can't get better without taking injections. Yeah. But really, it's been such a pleasure having this conversation with you. So I can't wait for next week's conversation. And talking about next week's conversation, somebody got married 3 weeks ago. Yeah, he's a new groom. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see what MM is preparing for us this morning with Chef Shebi Otimo in the kitchen.
Mary, I'm actually not the one preparing it. It's all Shebi Otimo, right? We are making moi moi, yes. My favorite kind of moi moi, the ones made with the leaves, because they also have, you know, this delicious aroma and flavor that the leaves, you know, give to the moi moi. Now, let's talk about the ingredients and how far we've come.
Yes. The beans, the pepper, the onions, the crayfish, and the leaf.
Okay.
So our granite oil and our fish.
Okay. Our eggs are already cooking. At what point do we add them to the moi moi?
When it's ready, we peel and put it inside.
Okay, because you're already wrapping.
I'm already wrapping, so it's not all that will get the eggs.
Okay, all right, great.
Now it's not all that will get the egg.
Okay, let's get to the most technical part of the moi moi. The wrapping with the leaves. They're called elewe.
Elewe.
Elewe. Yes. Thanks for the correction. Elewe. Okay, yeah. So the eggs are almost ready. We'll just give it a little more time to cook, right? Yeah, they're almost ready. And then we'll include them as well into the moi moi. Now let's teach me how to wrap my moi moi in elewe.
Yeah, see, the leaf is cut. It's down the
Okay, pot. So you took out the stalk.
Yes.
And then you lined it at the bottom of the pot.
Yes,
right.
Exactly. So now, this is, okay, let me do another one.
Okay.
It's good when your leaves are big, you enjoy it more.
Okay, so you have to go for the big leaves.
If it's possible, do that. Then you remove this.
Okay, let me take this. Can I use this one?
I've done that.
Okay.
So I want you to do a new one.
I'm not joking when I say I want to learn this thing.
Learn, it's good.
Because the benefits that come with using your elewe, they're enormous, guys. All right.
I'm using 2.
Okay, I should get 2.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and this is, you place it on each other.
Okay, like this, on my palm. Uh-huh.
Do like this.
Mm-hmm.
Do that. You fold.
Am I not cutting again? I thought you were breaking something earlier on.
Have you not done that?
Okay, I'm not, no. Okay, what am I breaking?
Do this. Just little out of it.
Okay, just a little, like this?
Yes,
okay.
Then remove it.
Okay, remove this completely.
She's in class.
Right.
So, just take it like that.
Out, okay.
Yes. Done. And this is it.
Okay.
Are you done?
Mm-hmm.
You can see where I've done mine.
Okay.
See, you are going to fold it.
And then fold.
Fold. Then turn.
Like this?
Yes, then fold it.
Oh, okay, fold the bottom.
So it won't pour.
Spill,
yeah.
Okay.
So you are making
and then make a space in here.
Yes. I'm putting for myself first.
Okay.
Please be careful so it won't split all the table.
Guys, if it spills, you already know that's my first time trying it. Okay.
You fold it like this.
Then fold like this.
Turn like this.
Like this. Okay,
like
sorry,
this.
I need to do this again. Fold like this. And then turn like this.
Yeah, go down.
And down.
That's my
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody behind the cameras here saying, don't put it inside the pot before it goes and it's where it spills.
No, you're fine.
Guys,
keep trying.
Guys, I made my first elewe moi moi wrap. Right. Now you know how to make it. Now you know how to wrap your moi moi leaves. You can tell them, you can proudly tell them that you learnt it here on Wake Up Nigeria with Chef Shebi Otimo. If you're just joining us, people, you're still tuned in to Wake Up Nigeria, of course. Here in the kitchen with me, Chef Shebi Otimo, and we are making moi moi wrapped in elewe leaves, right? It's got amazing nutritional benefits, guys. It's good for the kidney. It's good for if you have diabetes. It also helps protect against that as well.
Can I use this to eat your eba?
Okay.
No,
and what's most amazing about moi moi is you can have it with anything, with ogi, pap, custard,
rice,
agidi, Rice. Yes, you can actually. We have to go on a quick break now, people. So much happening here in the kitchen, and it's the top of the hour. So much to come as well. Stay with us.
You see this mic, eh?
It's been a great day so far, of course. Pleasant atmosphere, good vibes, and of course, Mary trying to bully me. You can't bully Mazino.
Me. If you know what Mike was trying to do now, is it my fault that some things have happened to me? I don't understand what I've done to Mike in this life.
Hey, come on.
Anyway, all the great stuff happening here, and they do not happen by mistake. They happen because our producers have willed them to happen. They did not will that one, though. The one Mike was trying to harass me. And of course, coupled with the different energies individual hosts bring to the table.
Now, of course, yep, we have a whole lot in store for you. And of course, in the kitchen, we're looking at, what is it? Moi moi, agidi.
Not agidi. Where did agidi enter moi moi?
There's agidi. There's agidi.
Oh, I get what you are saying. Agidi.
They're different. Okay, you're doing my just make it simple.
Yes.
Anyways.
And then don't tire for us.
Okay, all right. I'm looking forward to it.
I really hope you are as well.
Okay, so I am going to ensure that I have some Ijebu Gari around. My sugar, we're going to soak Gari with
Chef Shebi Otimo's big fan.
My name is Mike Mesikeno.
And of course, my name is Mary Bashua Alimi. The next 45 minutes of the show will be nothing short of some delightful awesomeness. Oh my goodness. Are you ready for it?
You can catch the show live on GoTV. It's at channel 27. On the terrestrial band, it's UHF at channel 49. And also stream live, tvcentertainment.tv, and on Facebook, TVC Connect.
Now, we have an app available for download on both the Android and iOS stores. This app allows you to watch us anywhere you might be in the world, okay? Now, let's check out what's yet to come on today's show.
The musical performance, we're going to get into his presence, Victoria Olawande Akinubi, probably known as Akinubi. She's a gospel singer, and she will take us into his presence this morning.
One question answered in the first hour. Now we get to answer another question. How do new dads, maintain friendship after a new baby arrives? And let's find out on parenting as Jesutola Ajao joins us in a bit. I don't know why people always blame a woman when relationships fail. People make mistakes all the time, but why is it that the woman gets blamed?
Why will blame a woman?
I'm talking about this whole
It's a human thing.
More of that discussion would, go on during the entertainment news. There's something I saw this when I went to the office. There was these big bosses. They're one of these, these Moluwe bosses, very big one. I saw it, and it was tilted like this while it was moving on the road. And it had passengers in it. And for a minute, I'm like, wait a minute, are these people not even afraid of entering this bus?
Yeah, getting to the office is a big shame. But yes, your mind is on, well, let me just say I get to the office.
And it was early in the morning.
Some people don't even see it.
Yeah, exactly. Some people might not.
It's when the bus starts moving, they'll be wondering why it's tilted.
No, but then on the other hand, these are road regulatory bodies that I also blame as well.
You ask yourself.
Because that vehicle should not even be on the road in the first place if we had a proper system that was functioning.
They have a proper system that is functioning, but it's functioning only for private vehicle owners, apparently.
All right, that's something we do really have to take a look at. Take a look. Your safety, it's in your hands, so. All right, but there's something that broke just when I woke up this morning. I saw it just early this morning, and quite sad. Director B.E. Bandley, director, writer, poet, B.E. Bandley.
He co-directed Blood Sisters, Half of a Yellow Sun, and the recent one, Elesioba, and the King's Horseman.
He passed on Sunday. His daughter was the one who broke the news. She didn't give what happened, but I feel this is a very big loss. He was just 54. He was just 54 at the time of passing, and he's one of Africa's. Before he got into directing, he was one very, very remarkable poet. He has been there in the creative industry. It's a big loss, a very big loss. And
yes.
For those of us, when he'll be remembered by the wonderful things he has given us. Half of Yellow Sun was really groundbreaking in the way it came.
Indeed it was.
He has done stuff like Sugar. He has like Blood Sisters, which you just mentioned now. And then the upcoming one, I saw the trailer. I saw the trailer for that one. I'm blown.
Yes.
It's mind blowing because
yes, it is.
You even before the story and all of that, when you just see the set, when you see the setting, when you see the scenery, it was magnificent. It reminded me of the pre-colonial films I'd seen when I was a kid. So I saw that setting and I'm really looking forward to it. this is quite a very sad one, and we commiserate with the family, with the friends, with the whole entertainment
And that's why I'm so glad. I really must mention it. I know it's a priority for us on Wake Up Nigeria, but it really is why we try to celebrate those behind the scenes. That's why you see some producers, directors, you're wondering, this is not the star of the show. Yes, they are the stars behind the show. That's why we celebrate them on the show.
Actually, the real stars.
May his soul rest in peace.
Amen.
Time for the news update on Wake Up Nigeria. I am Mary Bashua Alimi. The National Association of Nigerian Students is calling on Nigerians not to take the recent comments on ASU strike made by Festus Keyamo seriously. In Abuja, the Students' Union challenged the federal government to come out openly and confirm to Nigerians that it can no longer meet its basic duty of providing education for Nigerians. Helen Osamede Akins reports.
Since February 2022, Nigerian students have been out of school due to inability of the federal government and ASU to reach a common agreement that will bring the strike embarked upon by lecturers. The Minister of State for Labour and Employment, Festus Keyamo, has argued on national television that it's unrealistic for the federal government to borrow money to end the month-long strike. The minister has come under attack from both online and offline users who accuse the federal government of not being serious about funding education. The National Association of Nigerian Students says the minister should not be taken seriously for making such comments.
Maybe, I don't know why Festus Keyamo made that statement. Maybe the product he was trying to sell, he found it difficult to and had to, opt for that option. But as it is, except the government comes out tomorrow to tell us that they are no longer capable, that they can no longer provide education, which is part of the basic amenities they should be providing. So we would not take the position of Festus Keyamo serious.
The student body has also disclosed that the current leadership of the association is in the process of transiting power to the next administration. It says it has arrived at a constitution that will ensure only students vie for leadership positions.
Before, where a president or anybody can just come and then decide to leave whenever he or she likes, it is no longer so. Constitutionally now, a now president cannot stay more than 13 months. 12 months officially, then if you 3 months grace period, it is a total of 15. So as it is now, we are expecting that at least the convention is certainly not going to exceed this August. So it is not easy. We have been able to enforce it.
The Students' Union pledged to continue to do all it takes to ensure that the strike is called off. With a continuous plea of the students, it is hoped that the federal government and ASU will reach a common playing ground soon. Call off the strike for the students to return to school. Helen Osamede Akins, TVC News, Abuja.
And of course, outside Nigeria, United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres described recent artillery and rocket fire around Zaporizhzhia nuclear plants in central Ukraine as suicidal, further adding to fears of an accident at the plant, which is the largest of its kind in Europe. The UN is also calling for international inspectors to be given access to the nuclear power station after it was hit by shelling at the weekend. The Zaporizhzhia plant occupies an extensive site on the river Dnipro. It has continued operating at reduced capacity since Russian forces captured it in early March, with Ukrainian technicians remaining at work on Sunday. Ukraine's state energy company Energoatom says that one worker was injured by Russian shelling around the plant on Saturday. Energoatom claimed that 3 radiation monitoring sensors were also damaged, saying, and I quote, timely detection and response in case of aggravation of the radiation situation of leakage of radiation from spent nuclear fuel casks are currently impossible, end of quote. Kiev and Moscow have traded blame over the incident. Moscow says Western countries with influence over Ukraine should push Kiev to stop shelling the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plants. That's it on the news update for today on Wake Up Nigeria. Now, we are focusing on how new dads maintain friendship after a new baby arrives. And, well, that's something we're going to be discussing with Jesutola Ajao, whose goal is to help men better lead and love their family for a lasting, fulfilling marriage and, of course, a positive influence on their children. It's such a pleasure to have you in the studio with us.
As always, I'm glad to be here.
You know, I'm really glad you're bringing this up because most men, when they become dads, they suddenly develop bipolar disorder. I'm saying this because, no, without any, you know...
Yeah, I understand, yeah.
But, like, they struggle to fit in with, you know, being a dad and still maintaining their friendship with their friends. Note, this also affects women.
Yes.
They also get that bipolar disorder thing. But, you know, I'm saying this on a lighter note. Because you have this personality struggle. I'm supposed to be a dad. I'm supposed to act like a dad. I'm supposed to be a good husband.
Responsible.
Yeah, responsible. But I still want to have a wild out, you know, time out with my friends. I still want to be myself. And so it begs the question, how can you maintain that balance?
It's actually very difficult, to be sincere. It's very difficult. But then, like I always say, it's just finding balance. Finding the balance is you telling yourself, oh, yeah, having a baby can actually pose a lot of stress on you.
Yes.
You would want to be available at home, and then also minding the fact that your demand on your finance has changed. So there's a lot of effort you put on your work, and then rushing back home to be with your family. But finding the balance helps you as a man to cultivate a very cool atmosphere in your house. This is what I mean. If you're stressed, you tend to want to bring that stress into your home. So it is very important as a man for you to find the balance. To find the balance to maintain a very good friendship with both your old buddies and then the new buddy at home.
So I'm actually going to point out that this applies to women as well. So it's for women watching, you can also learn a thing or two from Jesutola. Now, when as a new dad now, you have a child you want to give all your attention to. Some new dads struggle to know when they can actually start hanging out with their friends again because they are riddled with guilt that their wife needs them at home. But then at the same time, they still want to hang out with the guys. You know, you want to go out with the ladies, as the case may be. You know, still have a feel of normalcy, in quotes, in your life. From what time can you begin to do that? Is there a set time? Is it 2 months after or a year after? When exactly? There's
no set time. No, if I'm going to be sincere with you, there's no set time. It just happens with time. Because now, when you start having kids, your circle of friendship also expands. You connect more with people that have kids.
Yes.
Especially for men with kids and that used to have bodies without children. You tend to say that, okay, you are introduced more to people that have kids. So these are the type of friends you keep. And these are the type of friends that help shape the amount of time you spend both outside and in your house. So it depends on how you want to open yourself to the social life, because maintaining a good social life also helps you as a man to be as productive as you should be in your house. Because there's no point staying at home and you're not doing anything because you're stressed from the fact that you're worried that your friends are complaining, oh, you don't come out as often as you used to be, oh, you're not keeping up with your guys. That can actually pose a lot of stress on you as well, even as you have another child to take care of in your house.
Okay, so now with the baby, you know, already there's nothing you can do about it.
Of course.
And then, of course, time with your wife, too, because it now becomes a case of not just spending time with your woman and your friends, as the case may be, but now with your woman, with the child, and with your friends. Now, how do you create that in such a way that nobody is lacking? Of course, it means your friends will have to an extent, suffer.
Course, yes.
Doesn't mean you don't have to see them. But how do you create that balance? What's the best way for a man to work that out?
Setting out timelines for everything, yeah.
Timelines, I like
yes,
that.
you must set out timelines. As a father, you must plan yourself. It's very important for you to plan yourself. There's no late nights calls and hanging out. Or, you know, sometimes before your baby arrives, your friend cannot just call you up at 9 on Friday and say, oh, buddy, let's hang out now, and you dash out. That's no longer possible. You must set timelines for everything you do. For your relationship, a relationship that's not going well with your partner, when a baby comes, they tend to want to mend it. And you have to let yourself be available for the mending. For a relationship that is not going well, For a relationship that is excellent, the baby comes and solidifies the relationship you have with your partner. So you have to be available for whatever it is that comes around that space, with you planning yourself. Your time is very important. Your time is like gold to you at that point in time.
Okay. Now, at this point, I also have to mention, because we're talking about new dads and friendships.
Yes.
But then, of course, we realize that many new dads have this, will I say, I don't know, I don't want to use the word dislike, but they have this attitude towards their wives. When their wives say, oh, I want to go and hang out with my friends, or I want to attend this party, and they're like, you want to leave me with the baby? I think it's at this point, I need you to actually clarify that, because many new dads don't realize that their wives also need that time out.
It's okay to excuse your wife, to be free. It helps you even as a man. When I had my first child, I used to hang out a lot with my friends before then. But when I had my first child, I realized that I have to stay up at night so that my wife can actually catch some rest. And on weekends, she must go out so that she can actually catch some rest. Else, I'm going to suffer throughout the next week because she's going to be all cranky and tired, and then you can't put up with such at home. It's not possible.
So that's actually a very important one to take note of, especially for new dads. Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Always a pleasure having a conversation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Now, at this point, we take a break. Wake Up Nigeria continues in a bit.
Hey. Welcome to the kitchen.
How can you not love Beyonce?
I mean,
yeah.
You don't even deserve to be here, but
he doesn't. You gotta kick him out. Welcome to the kitchen, ladies. Sarah, this is Shivio Timo, and this morning she's made for you echo with moi moi. Yeah, just learn to do that.
The way you're looking at it, would you prefer the yogi?
So please go ahead.
You prefer this? So this is actually my first time ever trying these two together.
Oh.
Really? Yeah.
Wow.
So what's your favorite meal to take with moi moi?
Rice, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, rice.
Okay.
What kind of combination? What kind of beehive combination? What does that came out with pap and gari?
So what do you think about the moi moi quickly?
I think this is really nice. I think it's really nice. It's tasty. It's not spicy. It's not pepper. I don't like pepper.
Says you look like
it's perfect.
Thank you. Well done.
Then I'm beautiful if I look like them.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
At the end of the show. Please have a good day. Join us tomorrow. Wonder Me Wednesday. Bye.
Bye-bye.